Welcome back to another stream, where I'm using AI to learn Python with the goal of eventually building an AI of my own. Last time we did the calculator argparse script, and I had to end the stream a bit early because I've had some internet issues. Hopefully that won't happen this time, but who knows. We'll just have to see how it goes. And I was a bit confused, or more than a bit confused, about what's going on here. So I might have to scroll. Oh, I need to fix my mouse wheel. It keeps hanging up on the scroll, and I have to violently pull it back and forth to fix it. You know, the tried and tested method of hitting something until it works again. And okay, so yeah, this is the goal: to run the calculator non-interactively, so you can call it directly and get the answers you seek. You learn positional versus optional args. Yes. I'm just trying to get my head around what we did last time. So the question is, okay, I'm gonna go through this step by step here and outline what I don't understand. So we have the alias constant here, which is a dictionary, where we have the options for the operators, or the aliases for the operators, because we're importing the constant dictionary we have from the actual calculator side of the calculator. So, and then we have, this is confusing to me. We're somehow sorting. Returns a new list containing all items from the iterable in ascending order. K for K in, so this is a loop then. And we go through all the keys in this dictionary, which is these ones right here. No, these ones right here. And these are the values. And if K does not equal the minus sign, and we add it to the choices. So this is a trimmed down version of the alias dictionary, because this returns a list. Yeah, a new list containing all items from the iterable in ascending order. So the only thing that will be missing from this list is this item right here. And then we have the function called parseArgs, which is the function we'll be calling, I think. No, we'll just be calling the script. Wait. No, we'll be calling the function down here when we run the script, so same difference. Alright, so we have the argv equals none, which means that it's set as a default to none, but we're going to pass an argument along, which is which is args. And I suppose args will be those then. That has to be the case. And parser equals arg parse dot argument parser. And arg parse is a command line parsing library. Handles both optional and positional arguments, produces highly informative usage messages, supports parsers that dispatch to sub-parsers. The following is a simple usage example at some, so well, there's no example here. Wait. I'm feeling stupid. Okay, so I suppose I could be reading through that, but the whole point is to have an AI help me understand what I'm doing. So let's just ask it. I'm gonna use the voice mode for that. What does the argparse.argument parser do in Python?
Argparse argument parser is a class in Python's argparse module that helps you create user-friendly command line interfaces. It allows you to specify what command line arguments your program requires, handles parsing those arguments, and provides helpful error messages and help text. In short, it makes it easier to handle command line arguments in your script.
But where would I use it? What's the use case?
You'd use it whenever you want your Python script to accept input from the command line. For instance, if you're writing a script that processes files, you could use argparse to let users specify the file name, output directory, or other options like verbosity level. It makes your script more flexible and user-friendly by not hard-coding values and by providing built-in help messages.
Okay, I think I understand. So we define the parser here, and it's argparse argument parser, and we give the parameters calc underscore argparse.py for program, I suppose, and then a description. So this is what we'll be actually calling in the command line interface. And then we add an argument, a type to float help first number. Oh, so if we type dash dash help, then it will explain that a is the first number. And then we add another argument, op, and we have a function that's derived from the list. Wouldn't this become a list as well? Or is it because of this? It has to be because of this comma here. So choices is choices and then this here, which is a help function. So operation add, yeah. And then we add another argument b for the last number, and it's a type to float, and I suppose to float is the actual function then we have in calc ops. this one here. So this will automatically convert then the whatever we type into a float by using this function, which has cleaning function and yeah, that's it, to replace the commas that someone might use instead of periods. And then we have the parser.add argument, which is a new argument then with a p, or I suppose these two. You could use either then of these two to help decimal places when printing the result. So that's the number of decimal places, or the number of decimals, or the decimal places. I suppose places in this case means decimal spots that can be filled with the numbers. So I suppose this could also be read as decimals when printing the result. Or something like that. And we have an integer because we can't have half a decimal. There has been full numbers, and then we have default that equals none. So this sets the argument as a default to none. So even if we type -p, or what was the name for this again? I honestly can't remember it. I think I asked somewhere, but maybe not in this chat window. What does the double dash mean in Python, or what do you call it?
The double dash is typically called double dash or long dash, and it's used in command line interfaces to indicate a long option name. For example, in a command like python script.p, double dash verbose is a long option that usually represents a more descriptive flag. It helps make the command more readable and user-friendly compared to a single dash with a single letter.
I don't think I meant double dash, I meant 2 dashes in a row.
Got it. When you say 2 dashes in a row, you might be referring to the double dash used to indicate the end of command options. For example, in a command line, if you have something like python script.p, double dash option value, some argument, the double dash before some argument tells the parser that what follows is not an option.
What about when you have a double dash and then help? What do you call those 2 dashes?
Ah, gotcha. In that context, the 2 dashes before help are called short options, or sometimes just flags. In the case of help, it's a common and standard option that most command line tools provide to show usage information. The double dash before it just signifies that it's a long option there.
I'm either hallucinating or it's giving me another answer, because I'm fairly certain that I asked this before and it gave me another answer. Or maybe I asked it in the voice chat, and then I'll probably not be able to find it. I suppose it doesn't matter, we could just call it flags. Flags, I suppose, isn't incorrect. Anyways. And oh, there we go. Alright, so then we had another argument. Format. So we have the choices text and JSON. Default to text, help output format, default to text. This should mean that we're able to somehow print the answer in another format. I don't know how that looks, but I mean text is the standard like this, I suppose. But in JSON, I don't know, maybe it will look more like this. Or is it for saving the file? But we're not creating a file, as far as I understand it, so that can't be the case. And then we return the parser. And parse underscore args. This has to be a inbuilt function, yeah. I just realized I could press control and then left click this to bring up the arg parse Python script, which is huge. 2,500 lines. Okay, and then we have the compute function. And we have a float, and a string for the token, or for the operation token, and a float for the secondary value, for the second value, I should say. And it will return a float. And we have the operation as aliases, which is these ones here. And now we're checking against the alias constant. So if for example I were to write like add like this, then it will check the op token then that I wrote and replace it with a plus sign as the variable here. And then I'm still not sure why it's named FN. Might be final number, but I suppose that doesn't matter in the end. And then we're checking then the... No, we're not checking actually. We're calling a function through the operations constant. So we're passing along this plus sign if we use add as an example. So operations, and operations then will call the add function, which is this one here. And then we'll return what? We're returning the answer we got. With these... No, okay. I'm stupid. So we're establishing the function call here. Because this will point to the add function. So this becomes the add function, essentially. And then we use the add function with the A and B floats we pass along to the compute function. Okay, that makes sense. And then we have the main function, and here we have the args underscore parse args arg v, and argv is set to none as a standard or as a default. So I suppose if we don't type anything, then this will be none. And then we try to get a result by using the compute function and the arguments, then arguments A, arguments operation, and arguments B. And if we get a zero division error, we print the string E. File equals sys std error. And this was standard error, if I remember correctly. But does this mean we're writing it to a file? If I have a line in my Python code that says print string E, comma, file equals sys.stderr, does it mean the print function will actually print to a file?
Exactly. By default, the print function in Python writes to the standard output, which is usually the console. But if you specify the file parameter, like setting it to sys.str, it will write the output to the standard error stream. Instead, this is useful for error messages or debugging information.
And where can I find that?
You can find sys.str in the sys module, which is part of Python's standard library. It represents the standard error stream, and you can import the sys module with import sys at the beginning of your script. Once you've done that, you can use sys.str as a file-like object to direct output there.
But I meant like the actual folder. Where can I find that one?
Oh, I see. Sys.str isn't a physical file on your system, it's a stream that your program uses to handle error messages. If you want to actually see the output, it will usually appear in the console or terminal window where you run your script. If you want to redirect it to a file, you can do that by redirecting the standard error stream in your command line, or by opening a file and writing to it directly.
And what's the point of doing it that way? Like, I write to the error stream, but won't that be visible, or why would I do that?
Writing to the error stream is really handy for separating normal output from error messages. It lets you handle them differently, like redirecting errors to a separate file or keeping them visible even if you redirect the normal output. It also helps in debugging because you can see error messages clearly without mixing them with your regular program output. It's a way to keep things organized and easier to troubleshoot.
But it will still be visible in the console, I suppose, like the error messages themselves.
Yes, exactly. By default, error messages will still show up in the console. The main benefit is that they go to a different stream, so if you ever need to redirect them elsewhere or handle them separately, you can. It's a great way to keep your regular output clean and focus on the error separately if you need to.
And what about raise system exit 1? What does that do?
When you raise a system exit exception with a specific exit code, like 1, it tells the Python interpreter to terminate the program. The number 1 usually indicates an error or an abnormal termination, while an exit code of 0 typically means success. It's a way to gracefully exit the program and communicate to the operating system that something went wrong. It also makes it easy for scripts or other programs that called your script to detect that it didn't end successfully.
Interesting. So I suppose I should actually raise the system exit 0 every time the program exits successfully. So down here. But since we haven't done that, I'm going to skip it for now. And then we have the if args.format equals JSON. And then we print it as a JSON.dumps. What happens if you print a JSON.dumps with a bunch of arguments inside?
If you use JSON dumps to convert a Python object to a JSON string and then print it, it will just display that JSON formatted string to the console. It's a convenient way to see the data in a structured format, especially for debugging or logging. The output will be a string that represents the data in JSON format, so it's easy to read and share.
So it's basically only a conversion then to another kind of format and not actually writing it to anywhere, as I suspected. And we're, let's see, object any. I suppose running the script and trying it out will actually clear up the mystery about how this works. My guess is we'll get like a structure format by using these colons here to signify what they represent. Anyways, if the format is not JSON, then we will check again for another if statement here. And if args.precision is not none, printf. Now we're actually printing the results then. And we're using a formatted string to say the results, and dot, and then the because this is not printing the result. This is simply... No, this is actually printing the result. I'm stupid. I completely missed these curly brackets here. So we have the variable result. And the colon and period here somehow means to only use these numbers of decimals and with the F at the end. I'm going to paste it in here to make sure. Can you break this down for me? I don't really understand what part is what. Great English. Alright, totally. Let's dissect print piece plus piece. F string, yeah. Okay, result. Everything after colon is a format spec for how to render result. So dot args precision F, the format spec here broken down. Dot, I'm about to specify a precision number. Okay, so that's why we have a period here. And then args precision, and we have it in curly brackets because we're inside a formatted string, is my guess. So this actually registers as a variable. And then, so this is the actual end result if we use a precision of 3. And the F is for fixed point decimal formatting. Okay. Then we should be able to run it. I think. Wait. Oh, here. Try it. So we're in the project root, which is sandbox. So Python calc org parse.py to add 8. Oh. Choices. No. Choices. Could that be the actual only error? Or is there more? No? That was the a simple typo, and I thought I had like broken the whole damn thing. Well, because there's so much going wrong, and it's like, did you mean choices? Great. I love high level programming languages when they can just understand what the issue is on its own. Okay, let's try do like this minus, and we have so, and this is the intended effect because we don't want to use a minus sign, and we will. Where is that? Where is the text? Is it in ops? No. I've actually forgotten where. Choose from. But where does this string come from? It's not there. Okay, so that's honestly a bit confusing. Error argument operation invalid choice. Choose from. If I try. No results. I think I remember writing this, but it's not here. But we're actually only importing from this module here, and that I wrote myself. Okay. I can't find where I wrote the. Did I not write it? Or where does it come from? I still haven't dropped any frames today, so that's great. Probably means it was an isolated incident for yesterday, and hopefully it won't happen again, but it probably will. Probably. I actually had a internet error earlier today, so I'm not entirely out of the woods yet. You didn't write a message, arg parsed it. Okay, so I was hallucinating. Where it comes from? I don't actually care where it comes from. It doesn't matter. Why was I so hung up on it when I don't actually care? This is the desired output anyways, because this will work. Yeah. And then I can also do, so let's say 2 div by, I don't know, let's do 7, an uneven number, and then p for precision, and then do, I don't know, 4. So then we have 4 decimals. And it actually goes that far. Okay. Is there something I've forgotten to test? It says to test all these, but oh well, I should probably test all the null. So now I know all the functions actually work, or all the all the operators actually work, and we have the help also. I forgot about that. Help, and we have and these are the descriptions here then, I think. Position arguments, yeah. And all right. Oh, the formatting. I forgot about that as well. So 2 plus 2 format JSON. So this is the JSON format. So it prints. Wait. Here we have it, JSON dumps. So okay, so it's literally just one string. Or not one string, or maybe it is one string, but one line of text. Okay, I think this is completely done, and then we have test for CLI, non-interactive. Test calc argparse.py. Should I do this? I've already done a test for the calculator. Let's just ask it. Is it worth doing the... Short answer, yes. Write a tiny CLI test set. Why? It locks down the boundary behavior, parses, aliases, excodes, standard out, standard error that your pure functions don't cover. That's exactly where regression sneaks in when you tweak flags or messages. What to test? Keep it lean, 4 to 6 cases. So we'll create another, in the tests here. Tests, new file, and here. Test calc argparse.py. Import JSON. Import this. Import sub processes. That's a new one. And from path library import path. And then we have root equals path of the file and resolve parent or parent. No, not like that. Oh, parent.parent. And script equals root calc argparse.py. Oh, this is a way for the PyTest to find the actual script then later. Okay. And then we define a function called run CLI. Asterisk args, which returns a sub process dot completed process with a string. Return sub process dot run sys executable string script. And the args. Oh, wait, did I misspell this? No. Capture output equals true. Text equals true. CVD string root. Okay, I must have done something wrong. Oh, this is definitely wrong. Okay, that forgot the commas again. And then another function called def test add with precision. P equals run CLI. So we're calling the function we just established with a 2, with a add, an 8, a P for precision, and a 2. And assert P dot return code equals 0. Assert P dot std out equals a script 10.00. So we are checking the math actually works out, and we're checking that P dot std standard error there equals an empty string. And then we have another function called Devstream output p equals run cli 3.5 and asterisk a2 and a format and JSON. So we're running cli with the argument here, which are these arguments then, which we could have written directly in here. Wait. Okay, and we assert that p dot return code equals 0. Is it? No, it's not identical. Return code 0. Data equals JSON dot loads the std out. std dot std out. Oh yeah, the return code. This has to be because the system exit a0 means it successfully exited, and a 1 means we ran into an error. So as long as we assert that dp.return code equals 0, then that means the program ran successfully. Because it's a subprocess. So a mini program inside the program. And then we assert that data equals the JSON string then. I'm just going to copy this one right here. Like that. And then with test comma decimal p equals around cli 3.14 mul and a2. Assert once again that this subprocess exited successfully, and then we assert that float p dot standard out strip equals 6.28. So this is just hard-coded test numbers. And the last function, test div by 0 sets exit code and std error. Or standard error. I should start saying standard error, standard output and stuff like that instead of saying std all the time, because it means standard. Equals run cli 1 and div and a0. Assert p dot return code equals 1. So we assert that we actually hit an error, and then assert cannot divide by 0 in p standard error. So we're checking that the error is actually cannot divide by 0, and that we don't get another error for some reason. And yeah, that's it. Let's try it. Python oh, what was the meaning of the -m? I forgotten. It wasn't for master. Was it for main? No. What does the -m of the Python stand for?
The -m option in Python stands for module. It allows you to run a Python module as a script. For example, instead of running Python -c import module name, you can simply do Python Python-m module name. It's a neat way to run libraries that have a command line interface like Python-m HTTP server to start a simple HTTP server.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice.
I'm sorry, hit the daily limit. I honestly can't tell the difference between the advanced voice mode and the basic one. So...
I'm sorry, but
Oh.
you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice.
Yes, I know.
I'm sorry, but you've hit...
No? Okay, we probably need a new chat. But not in there, in the conversations and here.
I'm sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice.
Oh, you reached the limit for voice use right now. Interesting. That's the first time that's happened to me, actually. Because before I've gotten the limit on advanced voice, and then I could just switch back to the 4.0 mini, 04 mini, 4.0 mini, I think. But I suppose that's the end of the voice help. Too bad. It's actually quite useful. What was I doing? Oh yeah. No. Oh yeah, the module flag. And now I run pytest. And we get a bunch of errors, which is the point. So from here, test the multiplication. Yeah, that's obviously wrong. And that's obviously wrong. And oh, it's on here. Okay, it can divide by 0. Assertion error. Divide by 0 and cannot divide by 0. So I don't actually wait. No, is this? Have I been going through? Oh yeah, I'm going through old stuff that's already tested. Okay. So do we have any new errors from the test calc org parse? It doesn't seem like it. We only have more passes. Okay. Well, that was something at least. Well, now we at least done that. Test for the CLI, okay. And that's the... you have mini challenges, optional, add verbose to print the whole expression. Yeah, I might actually do one of them, because it's a fun challenge. And we'll do the verbose. I think int is probably pretty easy to figure out. But the verbose is completely new. I suppose there's a verbose function, perhaps? Or no, maybe I'll have to... Oh, to print the whole expression. That's basically another print only. Well, let's do it anyways. Since I said I'd do it, I will do it. but we're not going to print that in the JSON file, I don't think. I forgot how does the JSON file even look like here. Format JSON looks like this. Okay, this is basically printing the whole expression as well, so not really, but basically. So we'll do it should I add an argument? I'll have to, won't I? Yeah, so here parser add argument, and we'll say that it's a verbose, and we'll have no choices. I suppose the default we'll set to wait, are we actually passing along the arguments to this parse args function? There's probably a better way to do it. Wait. I mean, I could set the argument verbose to something like false and then set it to true if we call it. But that's not the way to do it, I don't think. Or should I? I should still have the parser.add argument, I think. That's the only thing that makes sense. And we have so this runs basically at the start because we're passing along arguments, and then those arguments gets packaged into this variable here. I'm just a bit confused because if I type verbose and don't provide anything like a choice after that, because here we have choices, text or JSON, and the default is text. Down here we can check if args.precision is not none. Oh, so that's the way to do it. But no, because here we are checking if the precision is so I suppose it defaults to none. And as soon as I run it, it doesn't. It defaults to none. I suppose I could do it like this. It doesn't look as good, but true and false, and then the default is set to false, and we add a help menu for that. To be verbose or not. Well, to print the whole expression or not. Okay, and then down here, and this is the ugly part of doing it, because here we can have another if statement. If args.verb, no, wait, don't we? Oh, it simply doesn't autocomplete for me. But it should still work. I hope. If that's... Or I should say, if args verbose. Or else. Like this, I think, and then we have a print function here, and yeah, then we print a formatted string with yeah, like that, and args.a args.op, I think that's the correct one, yeah, args.op, and args.b equals, and then this here, the result. But we don't actually, yeah, we want the variable result here, yeah, that's correct. Now this should print the whole expression, and we do the same down here. If args dot, no wait, yeah, if the args dot verbose, and this basically means if it's true, which isn't by default. Else, and then we basically have this here. And we need to have these in curly brackets. Now, since we're in a formatted string, we close it off with what do you call this way again? I keep forgetting. Not a comma, not a period. Not a question mark. Not a apostrophe, but that's closer. I can't believe I've actually forgotten this. Wow. Wow. And I can't ask the AI. And I can't even Google it because it doesn't understand I meant the symbol. Quotation marks. Of course. Quotation. Oh, great. Just great. Okay. But this should be complete now. It's a really ugly way of doing it, but it should work. I think. But I should have tried before being so sure. Okay, so 2 plus 2. And then we do a verbose. Ooh. Expected. Oh, of course. Verbose true. No? Invalid choice true. Choose from true or false. Can I replace it with a 1? No. So it takes the input as a string and doesn't convert it, so it doesn't register. The easiest solution is to simply put these in quotes. But it makes the code even dirtier. And we're here. Equals true. Equals true. But then I can't check it like with only these to check if it's true. I have to check if it's true like this. Well, there are many ways of doing this, but this is the fastest way, I think. No, probably not. Choose from true or false. True or false? Oh yeah, true, of course. Okay, true and then false. And then we don't get it. So it works, but I'm not proud of it. I'm really not proud of it. I have a mind to just remove it. Just because the sheer crudeness of it. I'm gonna give this to AI and then do it like this. I tried implementing the verbose argument, but I think it ended up really screwed even though it works. What are your thoughts? I bet it has a much better and cleaner and simpler way of doing it, but just that I have no idea of, or that I didn't think of, or something like that. Alright, the chest, I forgot about that. Another duplicate. Too bad. Ooh, but I can use the duplicate now to get a new one. Why is it so small? It's really, really small. Okay, let's check the duplicates. Oh, no, not that one. These, and these, and these, and black. And I'm missing one. Which one am I missing? This one here. And exchange for a new item that's rare. And with that over, okay, your verbose works, but you felt the rough edges, mainly because it's a string, flying true, false, and you duplicate in print logic. Yeah, here's how to tighten it. Make verbose a real boolean flag with action equals store true. So, okay, this is a new one. Normalize the operator for display. Even if the user typed add many. Wait, isn't that another? No, it's not another challenge. I thought there must have been another challenge in here as well. Normalize the operator for display, even if the user typed add / times. But this is not relevant to my question, I don't think. Factor numbers formatting so you don't repeat the precision branches. This probably is relevant. Okay, we have an entirely new function here. And here is the verbose. So action store true. Print a full expression. So this action here means to store true or false variable, so it will completely bypass my ugly string choices with default and stuff like that. And this is unchanged, and this is a new function. It's actually changed a lot of the code. The verbose is a red boolean flag. Okay, let's just do the boolean stuff. So I can do v or verbose or not or action store true, and then the help. Print default expression. AOP equals result. Hmm. Okay. But we don't. We actually have to use these other functions as well. I think now when I think about it, because we have to rework this whole section here. Let's just do it. Choices here. Choices. Non-neg int. N equals int s if n is less than 0. Raise argparse dot argument type error. Precision must be greater than or equal to 0. Return n. Okay, so we're checking if the precision value is greater than 0 or equal to 0. And then down here under the compute function we define a new function called fmt number with an x parameter as a float called precision int or none. I think this means it might be an integer or it might be none. And we pass that back as a string. Return f string x precision f if precision is not none, else s refix not none. So we return the number or the result, I suppose, with the precision modifier or the precision edits if precision is not none. Otherwise we just return the number as it is. Okay. And the try result are the same, zero division error is the same. And then we get to the actually modified part here, so no, this is the same, it's just formatted differently with it like this instead. It makes it much clearer, so I'm just going to copy this like that and wait, no, like this. Well, whatever. It makes it clearer, I think. Or does it? It doesn't matter, who cares? After this we return So we don't run the code down here then. AS FMT number args A args dot precision. So we are checking that each number doesn't have to be converted with the precision numbers. I think. No, not args. Result. Args dot precision. Oh. S. L. S. Arg. So. And then we print. Yeah, this is much cleaner. No, B is equals RS. If args dot verbose else RS. Yeah, I like that much better. So much cleaner. A bit more confusing, but so much nicer on the eyes. And let's just check it so we know it actually works. Oh. What's happened here? Why are we behind the what? What? Why are we getting an error? I don't understand it. Does it say which line it occurs on? No. Unrecognized Python usage. I actually have no idea. So I'm going to copy and paste this. Just this part here, I think. Oh. Since ChatGPT is freaking out today for some reason. It doesn't even register this. Try to load history. No. It might be thinking, but I don't actually. I just don't see the text yet. That happens sometimes because we have the pause or the stop button here. So I'm just going to give it like a minute or so. So I'll be right back. Okay, seems we're stuck perhaps. It says unable to load and this didn't register. That's not great. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to try restarting it. Alright. It seems we're having some technical difficulties this time as well, because it says it has, well, you can see for yourself. If I go try to reload here, now it seems to be working because I said that. Okay, I try it again. and then no, it doesn't work at all. There seemed to be an issue with ChatGPT in itself. It said something about too many requests, but this shouldn't count as too many requests. I mean, it's like, I don't know, 7 requests or something in 1.5 hours. That's basically nothing. So I don't know why. But it seems the stream will have to end here today because I have no idea when this will solve itself. It might be in 5 minutes, it might be in an hour, or it might be tomorrow. I have 0 control over it. I'm gonna try one last time. And it works. And it fucking works. Alright, then the stream will continue. Who knew? Okay. So I guess if that happens again, then I'll just have to be patient and wait for a few minutes. And hope for the best. Okay, so this error is because v/both is down as a flag, action store true, flags don't take. Of course. Now I'm just feeling retarded. Of course, that was the whole point, to remove those and just have the argument in itself, or the flag in itself. Okay, like that, and it works. And if I remove it, we get the number, and if we do only a v, it works. So there was no error, just a user error instead. Okay. Well, that was nearly disastrous. I would have felt so much worse coming back to this tomorrow or a day after tomorrow and figuring it out then when I try to run it. Only to get no error, like that would have been really embarrassing. Okay. So this should have been the last part of the exercise. It was this exercise 6. I think so. Because we did testing and we did the arc parsing. And this is the summary. Okay. Yeah. This seems to be the end of exercise 6. Let's continue on to exercise 7. I'm actually really glad that the AI didn't die on me. Because I want to do something more today than just doing the debugging or the comprehension for the calc arc parse that I wrote last time. I want to do something more today. To write some more code and yeah. And we're actually getting a code breakdown, it says. I sure hope so. Those have been missing for the last exercises. And I clicked on it and ruined everything. That wasn't my intention. I think the answer is still there, yeah. It just takes a while. Okay. Nice, on to exercise 7. Exercise 7, text stats, CLI, bridge to tokenization. Goal, a small tool that reads text file or standard input and reports lines, characters, bytes, words, unique words, optional top and most frequent words, normalization / case options so you don't see how pre-processing changes stats. Normalization / case options so you see how pre-processing changes stats. Okay. You'll learn standard input versus file input and output, Unicode normalization, simple word splitting with RE, counters, and JSON versus text output. Perfect setup for building a tokenizer next. Okay, so we're gonna create a text underscore stats py, and we're doing that in the root project. So here, new file, text stats.py, and we're gonna close down these since we won't be using them, I don't think. From future import annotations. Import arg parse, import JSON, import re, import sys, import Unicode data from collections, import counter from path library, import path from typing, import iterable and tuple. Okay. Oh, from future underscore. And then we have normalize text. That's a string. Do norm bool. Do lower bool. And we'll return a string. And I'm just going to copy paste the oh, what was the name for the triple quotes? Something comment, I think. Like, not function comment. Oh, I don't remember, and I can't ask the AI using voice. And I don't want to ask in this here, because the more I ask here about peripheral things, the more hallucination I will introduce into the project, I think. I might be overestimating how much noise I'll create by doing those tiny questions all the time. Tiny and unrelated questions all the time, but we'll just move on without me knowing the exact name for the triple quotes comment. And it says NFKC canonicalizes visually similar forms with, for example, a full with digits, ligatures, case fold, stronger than lower, better for Unicode case instead of matching. I don't actually understand this. There might be an explanation down below. is a really feeble explanation here. Wait, here it says NFKC plus case for realistic pre-processing knobs you use for a tokenizer. Not really what I was asking for, I don't think. All the same, let's just continue. If do norm text Unicode Unicode data dot normalize NFKC NFKC text. Why is it complaining? Return text. That should fix this error here, but we still have if do lower text equals text dot casefold. Something is seriously wrong. And are you kidding me? That was the issue. This one being like this caused everything to break. Okay, I suppose it's sensitive to indentation, so I should be more careful. And then we have word re.compile and a string of letters, flags, re.unicode, and that's a comment. That doesn't look like a comment. Split words text string to a list string. Return word re dot find all text. Def basic stats text string top n integer with a base value of 0, min l int with a base value of 1, encoding string with a base value of UTF-8, and it returns a dictionary. And must return a dictionary. That's true. That's true. And make sure this one is correctly on the correct line. And then we have lines equals len text dot split lanes cars len text b count equals len text dot encode encoding words equals we for we in split words text. If the length is greater than or equal to min length. Unique plus len set words and out lines chars bytes the count or byte count, I suppose. Words and unique words and we're having some errors or syntax errors maybe. Unknown split lines. And it says V is... Oh, there we go. And here we have another typo. If top n is greater than 0, top equals counter words dot most common top n out top equals token talk and CNT for talk CNT in top return out. Why is it complaining? I don't know why. I'm missing something. Argument of type list dict string unknown cannot be assigned to parameter value of type int in function set underscore set item. List dict string unknown is not assignable to int. So is it saying that this isn't an integer? Like would this fix the error here? Yes, it seems to be doing that. Not that that would actually solve the problem, but it seems to be that the problem here is that this doesn't return an integer and it expects an integer. Have I done something wrong, or has the AI hallucinated? I should probably just move on and then get back to it with an error code if it doesn't work. Glide UI layer. Okay. It's much longer than this part. Parse args. Argv. List. String. None equals none. Arg parse dot namespace. So the program we assign to text stats I, and it saving automatically ruins the formatting when I have it like this, and then description equals compute symbol text stats lines jars bytes words, and that's everything. And epilogue. Epilogue? Examples. With a new line. Type readme.txt. Python text stats.py. Wait. Minus cd in and a new line. And then Python text stats.py read me.text top 5 lower normalize and the last one Python text stats format JSON sample text. That and formatter class arg parse raw text help formatter. And then we add an argument. Path. And args. Default. This is getting pretty complex, pretty fast. I hope I'll be able to understand what I'm doing. after going through it a few times. But I'm honestly not sure. I mean, there are things I recognize, but there's a lot of new stuff here too. A lot of dense stuff like this. Encoding, default, UTF-8. Like why was it UTF-8 as default? Why not something else? I have no idea. I think UTF-8 is a standard encoding, but that doesn't actually tell me anything. Like, why is that? UTF-8. It's really annoying that I can't like get a wider window here to work with, but because I don't think that actually works if you put it that far. So it's at this point it works. Great, and then I'll have to put it there. And now this is too small, maybe. Wait, did I finish this line? Yeah, I did. So the format is basically the same as last time. min length, think, type int, default one, because it has to be at least one word in length. Ignore words shorter than n. Oh no, it's the number of characters, perhaps. In the words. So we ignore words that are less than one character by default. Or, yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then we add p.add normalize action store true. Here's the variable, come in handy again, and apply Unicode NFKC normalization. P argument lower action equals store true, help equals case insensitive via casefold. I have no idea what casefold is. and then return p dot parse args argv def read text path string encoding string to a string if path equals minus, no, wait, there's a minus. Return sys standard in dot read return path. No, yeah, path dot read text encoding equals encoding. I mean, this doesn't mean anything to me. Return the class path with a parameter path and read the text, which is another method with the parameter encoding equals encoding. I mean, what does that even mean? I have no idea. And then we have def format text output that equals dict equals string or to string lines equals I have a feeling I'm on the verge of misspelling something here. Maybe I already have, but I haven't caught it yet. And the last one, unique words. Where we go for stats. Unique words. Ooh. That's a lot. A whole lot. If top in stats. Lines.append. With max then item token for item instead top default 0. Okay, for item stats top lines.append item and token and a weird modifier here. Item count, and then we no here return \n dot join lines. So we have a new line and then we add the lines that appended on top of each other, I think. And the main function, finally. Arg v list string. None equals none. Which will return nothing. Arg equals args v raw equals v text args and args encoding. Correct. Equals normalize raw to norm equals args dot normalize. Norm. No, it's probably copying because I'm using the last part here. Lower equals arms dot lower. No, that was up to the reason. Okay, and that's right. Okay. In my ID. Oh, a chest. A new item, a bloody windmill. Okay. That's pretty dark. You need from collections import counter. I thought I had that. Wait, yeah, I have that. That's not the error, but I suppose I didn't specify the exact error. I mean, the indentation should be correct. And it specifically says arguments of... let's just copy and paste this. Maybe Rufus will actually get it. Finance is right, the first will out only with ints, so it infers. Later you assign a list of dicts to out of which file is the inferred type. Fix is providing the type of out, pick one. Okay. Okay, best type dict with a pragmatic loser. Okay. Why does it say loser all of a sudden? This seems the most attractive option to me. But okay, I suppose I'll do... okay. Okay. So we have to import from typing import type dict and not required type dict. And then we'll do it above here, I think. Class top item. Type dict. Token string and count int. And the class stats. Type dict. Lines int chars int bytes int words int unique words int top not required list top item. Maybe absent. Absent. And then here we have out stats. Wait, is that the class we just created? Yeah. And that's the only change, but we actually Ooh. List. That still didn't fix the error because now we've defined the class, I think, more concretely. So does that mean I have to do it like string int? Or have I misunderstood? Stats is not assignable to dict string. Or should I do stats? No. Okay, I don't know why. But let's do it. Wait. Oh, so number 2 wasn't the same as number 1. I thought number 2 was a continuation number 1, as I saw the type dict as this top list and stat dict. But that's another one. Okay. I would have probably used this one if I realized that. But now I have this one here, which is probably much more robust with the classes defining the dictionary structure. I think that's the way it works. And now we just need to fix the return problem. Return out gives the error Thinking. You're returning a type dict stats, but your function is still annotated to return a plain dict. Parlance shows that dict unknown a type dict isn't treated as generic dict by Parlance. So it complains. Fix the function's return type matching the thing you return. Oh, so we return a stats. So this isn't a dictionary at all any longer. This is a class now. I guess that makes sense. But doesn't that mean we have error somewhere else? Yeah, here we have error. Argument of type stats cannot be assigned to parameter stats of type dict in function format text output. So now we've broken this as well. Yeah, I should have gone with the use a dict alias with a union value. No, we should use an alias, I think. Instead of returning the class, we return a stats dict, or such stats dictionary, which we create here as a stats dict equals dict string int or wait, there we go. List top item. But no, this is going back to the previous suggestion here, I think. Yeah. So we're basically going to remove the classes altogether because that didn't work out. And here we have stats and instead. Because then it will be a dictionary and it won't complain down here. I think that's the way to do it, and of course we need to have a actual top list, top list. Okay. Equals list dict string int, a list of dictionaries then. Okay. I use the simple unit dict value type and did option B. And now we have an error here as well. Wait, did it address that error? It did, I think. 4 talk counts in counter words dot most common top pen, and that didn't solve the issue here. Wait, are we back to getting the errors? Or are we good? There seems to be an issue again. No? Okay. Okay, good. So now it gives me another instruction. Okay. And this is also changed to top. Because we already set that here. Okay, I'm stupid. I should have seen that. and it wants to use a class anyways. So class top item is like a hybrid. Type dict token string count int. And then here we have top item. And great, now we have no errors at all. At least no visible errors right now that Pylance complains about. I probably don't need to use not required here. It's imported but unused for some reason. Okay, whatever. Back to the script at large. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. No. But it's probably too much to go through today. I think I'll have to do as I did with the previous exercise and go through it next time, because that might take like an hour or something to fully understand everything here. It might go really fast when I like start thinking about it, but for now it's a lot of gibberish and unknowns, a lot of unknowns. Some I can understand based on context, but no, there's a lot I don't actually understand, and I need to understand. I really do, because if I don't understand something like this simple, then I have no hope of understanding something more complex later on. And just pasting in the error messages into ChatGPT and hoping for the best isn't a solution either. I mean, you could probably get a reasonable answer in response, but no, it's better to understand the problem yourself, and then you can ask more pointed questions and get to the root of the problem instead of like fixing something surface level and breaking something else. At least that's my understanding. But who knows, I'm a total noob on this, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe using ChatGPT to basically fix all the errors is the correct way to do things nowadays, but I don't vibe with that, not at all. I don't vibe code even, you could say, but no, this is, yeah, this is where I'll end the stream, I think, and I can pick it up next time. Yeah, well, thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, like and subscribe if you think this is something interesting. I'm certainly having fun, and I hope you did as well. Have a great